Hi guys, welcome to another Answered by Alva, where I'm here to share information to help you. So I'm following up today with my last video where I was helping one of my clients, or actually assisting my client who was going through the court process of trying to acquire what her husband had left. Unfortunately, her husband didn't list her as a beneficiary or a co-owner. So we have to go to the court to ask permission or to get their help to release the funds, which should be rightfully hers. It is a painful process. And again, the courts have to be involved because the right thing wasn't done. So, as usual, I'm here to provide information so I can help. If I can help at least one person do the right thing, I will be happy. So, I'm following up. So, I left off at the point where we visited the court, but we had missed the cashier by 1 minute. But we returned the next day. We paid the cashier. It wasn't a big amount. And when we went to the other section to have the paperwork filed, hmm, the person that dealt with that issue was not there. So guess what? We would have to return another day. Remember, I told you this is a painful process. And why should we go through it if we can prevent it? So that's the reason for this platform. Anyhow, we returned a few days after and we were successful with getting the paperwork. I have the actual paperwork here just to show you the authenticity of this video. It says the Surrogates Court of the State of New York, Kings County. This is a certificate of voluntary administration. And we had to get two of these. One, advising or instructing the bank or permitting the bank to release the funds to my client. And then the other one is permission to open an estate account. You have to open an account and put the funds there, as I explained in the previous video. And then we had to get an EIN number, to open that account. So we got the documents, but it doesn't end there. So we went to the bank, the first bank where the funds were actually there. And we had to sit for like an hour for the bank gentleman to do what he had to do. He was very nice. But again, this is time out of your day, time out of your life that you have to sit there. And, he has to cross check everything, death certificate, everything. But we were able to get the check of the funds that my client's husband left behind. Then we had to go to another bank now to open the estate account. Remember, we have to deposit that check, and creditors have first chance or first opportunity to what's left to a person's estate. So we were able to do that. But of course, the money wouldn't be available immediately after a few days. Now, remember, if you're a creditor, if you paid the funeral bill, you are considered a creditor. But if not, other creditors can come and claim the money. So I have my notes here. So if I look down, so I just wanted to tell you how painful that was, time off to your day, and it could be expensive. Luckily, the courts help an individual with access to assets their loved one left behind, $50,000 and below. If it's above $50,000 that your loved one left behind, then it gets messier and more expensive. You will have to get a lawyer and go to court and stuff like that. Luckily, this amount that was left was less than $50,000. Another useful hint that I found out also, $50,000, if you are a spouse, you're entitled to 50% of that money. So you're entitled to $25,000 as a spouse. And then the remaining $25,000, that spouse again is entitled to 50% of that amount. So then the remainder is then left to distribute amongst the beneficiaries. It's a lot. It was a lot. And I wanted to go through it with my client to see how painful it was so that I can advise people on a platform, you guys on a platform, of how to prevent this from happening. And also those who I meet in my line of business as a funeral director I can go through this with them and actually advise them. Remember, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just telling you from my point of view what I experience with my client so that I can add value if another client goes through the process again. So thank you as always for listening to my videos. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And again, I'm here always to provide information because when you know better, you can do better. Thank you so much and tune in to my next Answered by Alva. Bye.